everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Leo. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it may not apply to all of you. And it's also timeless. So this can be in relation to events that took place in the past, things that are currently playing out in your present time, or things that may come up for you in the near future or even beyond. However, I feel like the messages will be shown to you. This video will be brought to your awareness at a time where it is necessary for you to receive them. Now, in regards to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of the 3 oracle decks. So we'll start with the Dark Mirror, we'll then get one from the Angelarian, one from the Moonology, and then we'll wrap up with some tarot messages using the Wild Unknown deck. So, Leo, let's take a look for you and see what the shadow aspect is revealing at this time. So I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to me to have your continued support, especially because my channel is very small and new and still growing. So your interaction really does go a long way, and it allows me to bring these messages to others who would also benefit from them. So thank you so much for being a part of this community. Now, for those of you who are new and haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next reading goes live on the channel. If you'd like a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box, along with the link for my Patreon, where you'll have access to exclusive tarot readings that you will not find anywhere else, as well as some other content such as spiritual guidance videos, so check it out. Now into your reading, Leo. So the first card you got from the Dark Mirror deck was Queen of My World. I've not pulled this card for some time, so it's interesting that this came out for you. So Leo, you are going through some changes here, and I feel like, you know, you've had a significant shake-up in your environment, and that's what's triggering this energy for you. Because it's like, I feel like a lot of the time this energy comes up when either you feel like you're being rejected by the outside world and you're choosing to retreat into your own little fantasy world, or you feel like the outside world, your current environment, is not enough for you. It's not reflective of what your needs are, what your wants are. So you're starting to take action towards, you know, building a new reality for yourself. So it can be one or the other. I feel like it's kind of both in tandem, to be honest. I feel like the first scenario I mentioned is like the shadow aspect of that energy, whereas the second scenario is more like the ascendant aspect, right? So it's like 2 schools of thought on the same situation. So I feel like part of you is feeling some kind of loss or abandonment or rejection, right? Either you felt like you lost something, or you felt like the outside world is, you know, rejecting you, or you feel abandoned by someone, right? And that's triggering this feeling, you know, the shadow aspect of this situation into this sort of feeling and this energy within you, right? It's like, okay, if I'm not going to get what I want, if people are going to cast me aside, or if people are not going to value what I bring, right, then I'm just going to do things my way, on my terms, for myself, by myself. Like, I don't give a shit, you know, it's that kind of energy. So I feel like that's the energy you're stepping into, that of the Ice Queen. A little bit like Queen of Swords energy when she's in the reverse. It's like a response to feeling like you've been cast aside, or you're being ostracized in some way, or just misunderstood, or being ignored, right? So this is you kind of trying to reclaim some kind of control and power back from a situation. Interesting. Okay. So let's continue. If none of that makes sense for you on any level, then this might not be the reading for yourself, or this could be in relation to someone you're dealing with, especially if you're a cross watcher. But yeah, I feel like whoever this message is for, they'll understand how that applies to their situation, right? So I just pulled a card from the Angelarian deck, and the card you got was Hazmet, Angel of Annihilation. So this is it. I feel like you had some kind of tower moment, right? When I see Hazmet, I know there's been some kind of tower, or a tower is, you know, coming into play, a tower situation. So I feel like, you know, there was some kind of tower moment, or there is some kind of tower moment currently taking place where some old foundation is falling apart. A relationship is no more. A work situation is no more. You're having to change location. You're having to move out of your home. You're getting a divorce. There is some kind of separation. I don't know. It's something significant like that, right? And now it's kind of like, you know, there's some things you're having to put an end to, right? Because it wasn't right. Something about the situation, whatever it was not working. It was falling apart. Parts of it became toxic. It was just not it was just not the one, to be honest with you, right? There was probably a lot of factors in play that were just really working against this, right? It just wasn't in your favor. It's not aligned to you. It certainly isn't aligned to where you're headed. So it needed to come to an end, right? Because Hazmet, you know, is, okay, Angel of Annihilation, it sounds very dramatic. But the reason for that is because that's telling you something is coming to a complete end, right? Like, it's not that, you know, something's not working, so you kind of put it on hold, or, you know, you're going to stop it for now and come back to it. Like, something is being cut out completely, right? That's what this energy is. Like, something is being completely destroyed, removed, in order for something new to come in. It's like whatever that was is taking up space, so it needs to be removed so that the newness can come in, right? A new cycle can be brought into play. So let's have a look at the signs for this, in case they come up for you in your environment and then you feel there's some kind of resonance with that sign. You know, there is a deeper message there for you. So let's see. So the signs for Hazmet is a hood, an eclipse, an empty field. A hood, an eclipse, an empty field. So there might be some aspect of any of those signs where you come across them and there's something about it that's just holding your attention. You may hear something at that time. You might see something written. There might be some situation playing out. In that case, if you feel that, there is a deeper message there. That's the divine trying to communicate to you with regards to some aspect of this situation, okay? So if you feel that, don't ignore the signs, because there is a reason it's being brought to your awareness. Okay, so let's go over to the Moonology deck now and see what else can come up for you in terms of guidance. But yeah, something significant is happening in your life, Leo. Something is being removed. Like I said, it's not even like you may have felt like you were being left behind, but something is actually being removed from your situation. So again, it's all about perspective, you know. But this is it. Even if you felt like you were the one that's been rejected, or you were being told that you were being rejected or whatever, actually the divine is removing it for you because it doesn't serve you. So there you are. You got two cards, but I feel like I have to take them anyway. Okay. So you have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. You could be dealing with Taurus, so have it in your chart. And you have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So you could have Virgo in your chart and be dealing with one. So I feel like, yeah. It's interesting because obviously you're getting this in Virgo season. So yeah, it's like, it's very easy, especially with the Ice Queen energy. It's very easy to get in this space of, well, I gave so much before and look, everything's crashing down around me, so I'm not giving anymore. I'm closing myself off. I'm closing my heart off. No one gets my time and attention anymore. Yeah, it's asking you not to do that, right? Because that will block the abundance that's coming in for you. Because there may be, you know, like I said, something is being removed to bring you something better, something that's more aligned to where you're at now and what you're moving towards. So if you go into that Ice Queen energy, you're going to lose potentially this beautiful abundance that's coming in. You have to be open to receive it, but you also have to be willing to give in order to receive it, right? That's why it's saying it's time to give rather than take. Because right now you're just in this energy of just taking what's yours and that's it, right? But it's asking you to relinquish that, because otherwise you won't receive your blessings that are otherwise trying to come in for you. And that'd be a real shame. Because it's telling you, listen, you don't see what's coming, but prosperity lies ahead, right? New opportunities to create new foundations, a new opportunity in work, a new opportunity in love, a new opportunity in relocating to a better environment, a healthier environment, a better apartment, a better house, a better location, whatever, right? Whatever this applies to, there is something far better that's being brought into your life, but you have to be open to receive it. And by opening to receive it, you need to open your heart up and be willing to extend your kindness, your understanding, your compassion to others. You have to be willing to nurture the seeds that you're sowing as well. So you have to put yourself out there in order to receive it. Otherwise, you will not receive it. Okay. Now let's go to the tarot and see what else we can reveal about this. But yeah, I understand, when you go through something significant, especially if there is a lot of pain or feelings of rejection or abandonment that come into it, it's very difficult, right? Processing those feelings. They're hard emotions, they're hard feelings to process. But you will get there. It's just a case of you have to be willing and open to, changing your perspective and not wanting to, choosing to not close your heart space even though you really want to, because of, it's easier, and because of the fear that you are feeling when it comes to embracing others at this point, because you're rejecting the outside world, but it's asking you not to do that. And that's very hard to bypass, because it's kind of part of your survival instincts to protect the self, right? But in this case, if you don't open up, you're actually going to be blocking your own blessings. So it's really important to be aware of that. And so you cannot receive if you don't give. That's what it's essentially saying to you at this point. So you have to be willing to stay open, keep your heart space open, but just use your discernment, Wow, okay. So straight off the bat, we have strong Taurus energy. So some of you are definitely dealing with a Taurus, possibly from a past situation that you're walking away from, right? Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer also. All right, or have these placements strongly in your chart. All right, so speaking of Taurus, the first card you have is the Hierophant in reverse. So, yeah, you're only seeing this as, something bad that happened to you, possibly on some level. Or you're feeling like, the world is constantly rejecting you. The world is constantly treating you like a leper, or, certain connections never pan out because of this, that, and the other. But you're not seeing the reality of the situation. It's like, you think the universe is doing this against you, but it's actually doing it for you. That's what this is pretty much representing. And that, depending on how you look at it, it's going to dictate how you respond to it. So that's why it's really important that, first of all, you take a close look at your perspective and be truly honest about it. Is it really reflective of what's happening right now? Then you need to have a bit more of an objective take on the situation. So you need to be able to pan out and try and look at it from another perspective, another angle. Not always easy to do, especially when you have a lot of emotions, tied into the situation. But that's what you're being called to do at this time, to try as much as possible to look at it from an outside perspective, like you're a fly on the wall looking in, right? Because that's going to help you to really look at things as they really are, rather than how you feel them to be at this time. Now, with regards to the next card, you have the Four of Cups in reverse. Water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So like I say, it could be dealing with a Cancer or have it in your chart. But either way, it's a case of in order to get to the heart of the matter, in order to see the truth, in order to realize just how unbalanced the situation is, or how unstable it is, or how disaligned it is, you have to sometimes be brought to your knees, right? That, because the fact is, the reason why it's coming crashing down now is because you were accepting it for what it was for a long time. Even though I think on some level you knew, deep down you knew that this wasn't right for you, right? But you weren't taking action, so things got worse. And it got to the point where the universe had to literally take an axe to it before you would actually budge, and that's the problem. So by the time it came to that point, you felt like the universe itself was trying to get at you, that it was trying to harm you, that it was abandoning you, that everyone in the world is abandoning you, things of that nature. And it's like, no, I've been trying to help you to shift your perspective and shift into alignment towards what is actually for you, but you've not been listening to me, you've not been hearing the messages, you've not been looking at the signs. So I had to take drastic action in order for you to do that, right? Next card you have is the Chariot in reverse. As I said, Cancer energy. So with the Chariot in reverse, it's saying what is stopping you from seizing, what is stopping you from taking control of your life again? Because right now it's kind of like you've just been a bystander, right? I feel like you've not even been in the car lately, right? Let alone being in the driver's seat. I don't feel like you've even been in the car. I feel like you've just been a bystander on the side of the road. Whereas now you're being forced into the passenger seat, right? So that the universe can really drive you towards where it is you need to be headed. So that's what's happening right now, And you're like, hey, I don't like how this is, how fast we're going. I don't like how this is, playing out. I don't like where it is that you're taking me, or I don't know where you're even taking me, but I don't like it. It's kind of like that. And it's like, listen, right now you need to be a passenger. Right now you need to just observe and understand why we're going in this direction, why you needed to be shift into gear, right? Because you were not taking action. And then from there, you can start being a co-pilot properly, right? But right now, the universe, I feel like, is kind of taking the reins off of you and is in the driving seat because you are not taking action, right? And now it's kind of forcing you to reassess and take action, because you're being shunted in a completely new direction anyway, with at least one aspect of your life. And then with the Ten of Swords in reverse, that's air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It's time to let it go. It's like, how much more are you willing to take in order to avoid making changes, right? I feel like we're really being forced into this space of looking at our environment, looking at where we're at, looking at what we're building towards. What are our foundations currently like? Are they stable? Are they not? If not, we need to do some renovations, or we need to move home. It's kind of like that energy. I feel like that's coming in really strongly with it being in Virgo season. It's all about reflecting on that. And, really planting seeds that are going to bear fruit. So I feel like that's what you're being forced to look at. It's like, listen, you are not happy. You can't kid yourself. You weren't happy. So we had to do something to get you moving again, right? And I feel like on some level, you are also asking for this because you are going through a lot. It's been difficult. It's been draining. It's been tiring. It's just right now, you're not in that place of full acceptance, right? You're getting there, but you're not quite fully accepting that it's time to let it go and release yourself from this pain so you can start afresh, right? Right now, you're just feeling it's kind of raw still, and you're still coming to terms with it, but soon you will come to that place of acceptance. And then once you do, as potential outcome, Sun of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus, as I said. So then you start taking practical steps towards your abundance, right? What's coming in for you. You start putting yourself out there and start going after what it is you truly want. But first you have to kind of fully accept the current situation as it is, that it doesn't work, and therefore that's why it fell apart. And then once you can come into full acceptance of that, you can release yourself from it, free yourself from this energetic tie to it, and start taking practical steps towards what is actually for you, because it's there. It's like you have to just meet it halfway. And yet it's not easy coming out of a difficult situation. It's not easy letting something very significant in your life go, especially if it's been in your life for such a long time. But it's necessary at this point. So you just have to take it step by step and know that you are walking towards something greater, right? So Leo, I really hope that helps. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget to hit the notifications bell. And yeah, you know, like I said, it's a work in progress. I feel like you are getting to that point of acceptance. That's why you're in this energy, but you're not fully accepting it yet. You're because you're not seeing it clearly, right? But as soon as you come into that space of full acceptance, seeing it truly for what it is, and being prepared to release it, you know, energetically, because it's already been removed from your life, then boom, you know, your prosperity is on the horizon, your abundance is coming in. But you have to meet it halfway. You have to meet those who are willing to support you, that are in alignment with yourself, right? You have to be willing to meet them halfway. So all the best with that, Leo, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.